what we're going to cover here is ground to air dribble setups, specifically in this pack called Dribble Gym. So you can freeze, code's on screen. I'll put it in your write-up as well, Joe. But you're freezing here, Dribble Gym. And so we're going to specifically work on all the ground to air dribble setups. So when we're doing a ground to air dribble setups, there are a couple different types. You have the self setup. So this is a self setup here. On a self setup, we need to chip the ball once in the air and then use our second jump to pop the ball higher. So I'm getting one chip and then using a double jump, holding both jumps, making sure I max out both jump timers to get the ball started in the air. When possible though, make sure you're getting on line with the net. So like, yes, you can hit the ball here and then like correct it after. Much harder to do this than just like getting on line with the net and then taking the dribble this way. Ideally is what we're doing, right? So remember to line yourself up. I know it sounds basic, but this is important for just increasing the odds that the ball goes in the net. Because if you're going at the middle of the net right now, right, and you mess up a little to the left or right, you're still in the net. But if you try to take the ball at this post, right, and I can't get it to the left in time, I can't score. Now, specifically on a couple different ground to air dribble setups, let's talk about this chip to air dribble. So when the ball's rolling into us, we need to, as much as possible, time our second jump to increase the height of the ball and resist knockback. So what we don't want to do is jump both here. Yes, you can keep an air dribble going. It's much harder to use both jumps and then continue it. You have to rely more on your touches being precise. Whereas if you use this second jump there, you can get much more height and kind of make your life a lot easier. So remember this idea: when we make second contact with the ball, if we want that second contact to be the jump. So this is an important idea. Even on a high ball like this, as much as we can, we're trying to max out our jump and save it. Like sometimes it's impossible. Like this setup is really high. Like if I got a really hard touch, but still, as much as possible, we want to be using our second jump to kind of resist knockback. Now let's talk about some air dribbles here. Like this is like a situation you saw in game where the ball was near the net and you're under it and you can't like really shoot this ball very hard. So ideally, we want to be kind of creating a couple touches here, air dribbling the ball. Now, I won't go over all these finishing techniques right now, but if we recall what we just talked about, holding both jumps is important. So maxing out the jump timer and holding both jumps is important. Now, what you don't want to do, I saw you kind of had a bad habit of this, is you don't want to take off from back here. This makes it very hard to get under the ball and continue an air dribble. It's just not happening. And the reason is because if we take off from too far behind, we can't get under the ball. So you don't want to take off immediately here. You want to be delaying your takeoff until almost as close as you can under the ball. So see how I drive under the ball and then I'm taking off at the last minute? I'm sort of exaggerating here, but there's some middle ground, which is maybe right about here. And this is how we want to be hitting the ball. Striking, somewhere under and somewhere behind the ball, but trying to get under it as much as we can before we take off. Now, the last thing that's going to be important for you is the air roll. You'll notice that I'm always holding air roll left, which is my square button. And that's because air roll reduces your knockback. Now you can do this with joystick air roll. I don't like joystick air roll as much because when you use directional air roll, we can tilt our nose, we can both yaw and roll at the same time. And so you get the spinning and also pitching and yawing. So pitch forward, back, yaw left, right, spin or roll around the Z axis. And so like, for example, there are two spins that I use very often on these setups. You have the tornado spin, which is arrow left and push joystick right. That lifts from normal flying, that lifts my nose up and back. So that climbs me higher and further back. And then I have the reverse tornado spin, which is arrow left and push joystick to the left. This ducks my nose down. And you see the arrow left, push joystick left. From this normal flying position, this drops my nose. And so based on where my first touch is, if my first touch is up, I will use a tornado spin to slow down and get back behind the ball. So if my first touch is up and behind me, I'll use arrow left and push joystick right to try to get back behind the ball. And I'm exaggerating here, but one of these spins, like here I'll use a tornado spin, that slows me down. That gets me back in a position where I can sort of create on the ball. Now, if you make a heavy touch and the ball goes far in front of you, then you might use a reverse tornado spin. Once again, arrow left, and that's going to be stick left to try to swoop under the ball and kind of get back to it. And so these are two different adjustments. Like here, I might use a reverse tornado spin to try to get back under the ball. So that's like behind me, I'm using a reverse tornado spin to slow down. A normal tornado spin to slow down. When the ball's in front of me, I might use one reverse tornado spin to catch back up to it. And so these are just two of the air roll adjustments that you will use. I think this was probably the best example. You'll see how I hold square and push my stick to the left if you're watching on the recording, right here. And that ducks my nose down to try to like sort of boost forward and catch back up to the ball. So 2 different spins you'll use depending on how far forward you hit the ball. Now there's also like turn left, turn right adjustments. We outlined all of these adjustments on the RL Bootcamp channel. And we have a series where me and my team of pros show you each one, whether you're arrow left or arrow right. But for starters, I think these concepts will help a lot with these ground air dribble takeoffs, with you creating multiple touches, because you need to be able to time these setups and get more than one touch in order to, in my opinion, successfully push through Champ 3, GC1, GC2. Like, you just need to be able to create aerial plays. You just have to be able to do this. So yeah, just a couple skills for you to train that I think will be helpful for you, Joe or Sub. And when you're ready for more, let me know. I hope this helps. And like I said, I highly recommend what we got going on the RL Bootcamp channel. We have how to turn left, turn right, slow down. It's like if you want to like in-depth breakdowns, tornado spin is where you start. Then I would probably go to reverse tornado. That's what I was discussing today. And then turn left, turn right. Well, I'd probably learn reverse tornado last. I'd probably go in this order, 1, 2, 3, 4. But these videos have helped a lot of people.
So I'm Shock.
Feel free to check them out.
Professional Rocket League player for over 4 years, as well as
that is people. That is my system and our team system. So I hope that was helpful. And I am 3 minutes late. I'm gonna get started with the coaching call, catching up on the last 5-6 replays from yesterday. But I hope that was helpful, Joe. Let me know if you have questions. I'll put this in the VIP chat, and I'll see you in a bit.